It's good to see you. Welcome to another special edition of Bible Shorts with Bible Bob. This is day 4 of the 7 poverties of Christmas. If you're keeping track, at the end of yesterday's episode, day 3, I think I said day 3 is coming next. So I wasn't going to re record the whole thing just to get the number right, but today is day 4. And day 4 is the poverty of personality. So just a little bit of a recap where we're at so far. 7 angels meeting with God, who is wisdom, and they're going to be given a special assignment to go to us, the people on earth, and reveal 7 poverties because there's beauty in brokenness. But it's going to be a little bit hard. So that's a little bit of where we're going. So without further ado, here is today's episode: The 7 poverties of Christmas, day 4. The poverty of personality. Ha! Time in heaven wasn't measured. Time on earth passed away. But in heaven, all the angels dwelt in waves of knowledge, in the sounds of many waters. They were ageless creatures who went to and fro between the worlds in a constant movement without measurement. Wisdom led the angels in an everlasting stirring to esteem mankind higher than themselves. On this day 2 of their training in the poverties of Christmas, the angels gathered in the Chamber of Shabbat. Mankind on earth had taken the concept of Shabbat and measured it by a weekly Sabbath. It was supposed to be a time of resting and wisdom, but people had turned it into a measured time of rest from responsibility. This had adversely affected the nature of their character. Today, wisdom would impart knowledge to the angels regarding the poverty of personality. In the silence of unquenchable love, wisdom began to share his insights on the personalities of closed mindedness. You will see the spirit of poverty to create distance and disagreement between people. To those upon whom you will cast the shadow of the poverty of personality, they will develop brick hearts. Here are the 7 traits of a brick heart. Number 1, the mind is made up and refuses to be teachable. Number 2, it is polarized in extreme beliefs. Number 3, it disrespects opposing viewpoints. Number 4, it mocks differing beliefs. Number 5, intolerance is worshiped. Number 6, discrimination is promoted. And number 7, prejudice is rapidly pursued. Wisdom continued giving his instructions to the angels. The poverty of personality is a relationship destroyer. Your focus will be on those with hardened hearts. Your visitation with them will serve to solidify their hard heartedness. You must stay indifferent to their plight and remain compassionless. The power of middle ground. There are those who seek to understand and pursue teachability. To these people, you have been given the power to drop small nuggets into their hearts that are open and unbricked. Most people agree on more than they disagree on. Find the middle ground of agreement and build from there. Brick hearts can only be dismantled by knowing their molecular makeup. Clay is cut into a shape and baked at intense heat. Afterward, it is dusted with grains of sand as it hardens. The only way to take down a brick heart is to patiently, gracefully remove 1 grain of sand at a time. As you remove the grains of sand, drop them at your feet. When enough grains of sand are dropped, it will create middle ground. While the angels were gathered in the presence of wisdom, he gave them a coaching capstone to complete the training. Jesus died on the middle ground between 2 men. One of them had a teachable spirit. The other was afflicted with the poverty of personality and a brick heart. Jesus gave grace to the teachable and forgiveness to the unknowing. To those who see the truth, know the truth, and refuse the truth, to them will be given an everlasting brick heart. Jesus may have died on middle ground, but that was only the beginning. Always remember, it was an angel like you who rolled away the resurrection stone to reveal a teachable moment about the headstone of redemption. from Luke 23 and 34 in the Passion Translation. While they were nailing Jesus to the cross, he prayed over and over, Father, forgive them, for they don't know what they are doing. And in Ephesians 4:29 and 31 and 32 in the Passion Translation, and never let ugly or hateful words come from your mouth, but instead let your words become beautiful gifts that encourage others. Do this by speaking words of grace to help them. Lay aside bitter words, temper tantrums, revenge, profanity, insults. Instead, be kind and affectionate toward one another. Has God graciously forgiven you? Then graciously forgive one another in the depths of Christ's love. I was reading this morning that the disciples were asking Jesus, how come you talk in parables? So Jesus tells them, to you will be given the secrets. I'll let you know the secrets. But to those who don't, they get parables and they're never going to understand. And it's kind of like going back to the Old Testament where Pharaoh had a hardened heart. No matter what plague was thrown at him, God knew he was going to have a hardened heart. So it's like God is saying, okay, you want to harden your heart? And then I'm going to use your hardened heart. Today's lesson at school, we're going to be talking about honesty and lying. Funny thing about a liar, when somebody lies often enough, as many times as they lie, they begin to believe their own lies. When they start to believe their own lies, it's almost as if truth becomes something foreign to their character, and all they do is lie. Then they become known as a liar. They're hardened into the habit of lying because they don't know any better. And that's like a brick heart. So, anyway, that's today's edition. Day 4 is done and in the books. And if you haven't read the book, the Bible, the Word, the Way, the Truth, and the Life, it's really a good day to do that. So thanks for your time. Go do something nice for somebody. Jesus loves you, and so do we. See ya.